up guys, Board Game Hero here, and today we have Talinghaga. This is a locally made Filipino game about Baybayin. Baybayin is an old Filipino writing system, as you can see here in the description. The packaging is really simple, but it reminds you of our culture, of our traditions. This is really Filipino, so it's staying true to its nature, to its theme. Let's take a look at this. Our designers are Patricia Ramos and Juan Miguel Tolentino. You can visit their website talinghaga.ph. Oh, by the way, with every purchase, we are donating a copy to a public school, because this is really useful when it comes to educating our children about the old writing system. Just to share a bit of a fact, in high school or college, I don't remember when, but I memorized all of this. I can write my own sentences using Baybayin, but now I think I have forgotten it. So this will be useful to remind myself how to use that writing system again. So let's go ahead and check the contents of this small sack of cards. Let's go. So unpacking this game, we have a few beads here, beautiful beads. We have 3, 6, 9, 12 with different styles. I think this 3 is different, these 3 and these 6 are all the same. So we have those different tokens. I don't know the meaning of it yet. I haven't read this small rules sheet. So let's take a look at it. This is in Filipino language purely. There's no English translation, so I guess you'll have to find a translated version. Maybe it will pop up somewhere in the internet. The quality of the paper that was used is nice. It's not a normal paper, it's a plastic, something like a poster paper, and it's full of illustrations, so it's not gonna be hard to learn. You have the setup here, just 3 sentences there. You have the cards and how to end the game, a simple component list here, and then some credits. So it's very simple. I'm gonna read that later, but now let's take a look at these cards. These cards are really small. I think they used mini Euro card, mini American card size. Anyway, let's open this zip bag. So let's take a look at some of the cards. Due to some difficulty, because I'm holding my camera with my one hand and the other one is holding the cards. So let's just take a look at some of them. To some foreign audiences watching this video, we will not be familiar with all these letters. This is not the usual alphabet, but as you can see how you pronounce this letter. So this is ha. And then you just combine it with some other set of letters that you can pronounce with that. So yeah, so those are the cards. Let's talk about the quality of the cards. The quality of the cards is, it's your standard card quality. So yeah, it's your standard card quality. It's a little bit glossy. It's not matte, but it's really nice. It's good. I like that it's small, so it's not taking unnecessary space, and it can fit in this really small bag. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna take a look at the rules and just maybe give you an overview on how to play it. Okay, so the rules are very simple. I just read the rule book. To set the game up, you shuffle all the small cards, give each player their own tokens, three of each, and then deal out 5 cards to each player. Right? So what are these cards? Let's take a look at one of them. These cards are syllables Some of them are vowels and most of them are consonants according to the rule book. And they all end with the letter A. So this is how you read this is ka. This is how you read ba. So everything ends with the letter A. So ta, ba, ka, ra, ha. Now this is the good thing about this game. With just the use of one of these two icons, this is called kudlit and this is called sabat. Okay, now what does this do? Kudlit makes the letter A, letter E or I, so you can read that now as he or he. You can read this now as B or be. Now if you put it at the bottom like this, the kudlit, this is now read as bo or bu. So it makes the letter A, letter O, or U in terms of reading, but the writing still stays the same. But if you add the kudlit at the bottom, this is now bo or bu. This is now ho or hu. Now we have another one. This is sabat. Sabat removes the A totally. So now you can just read this as a letter B. How do we do this? Okay, if we do this, the way to read this now is tab, because there's a sabat. Now if without the sabat, this will be read as taba. Now if you add a sabat at the bottom, this is now tab. Right? So that's the use of these two, kudlit and sabat. So this is really game changing, and I really like this aspect of the game. Alright, so this is really simple. The object of the game is to score the most points, and to score the most points is you have to build a word using these syllables. Now on your turn, you can either create a word or change a word, or you can do both of them. Now let's focus on creating a word. Now to create a word, you just take cards from your hand and try to build a word using this. So let's say I want to make a word. This is bataka, but I want to write batok, which is the back head. So in order to do that, I can use one of my card to add it to the K, so that it is now read as just K. So this is batak. Now I want to make this a letter O, and in order to do that, I want to add a kudlit at the bottom, not at the top. If I add it at the top, it will be letter E or I, is batik or batek. Now if I add it at the bottom, this is now read as to. Now if we read it all, this is now batok, because of the kudlit and sabat. Now I built a word, batok, which is the forehead, and now I score my word. So in order to score my word, I just count these dots. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is a 10-point word. Alright, so that's how you create a word. Now the next action that you can do is to change one word. Now changing one word is, you can do it even the word was built or created by another player, as long as it was built in the previous turn. Now to change a word, you just add cards to any word created during a previous turn. So let's say this word was created during a previous turn. This is now the next turn, and I have this card. Let's think of a way to change this. Batok. Let me think. Okay, this word is really hard to change, but I thought of this one. So if I want to change this word, if you are the one who created that word, you can add one or more cards. But if you are changing another player's word, you must add 2 cards or more. So the minimum is 2 if you are not the one who created that word. But if you're the original creator of that word, you can, the minimum is 1. So, I created this word and I want to change it. I want to add M at the start, ma. This means mabatok. I don't know if this is a word, but I think this means mabatok is like, be, what's called this? Be punched on your head or something. Be punched on top of your head. Whatever. But let's say this is a legal word. I added one word to it, so I will score this card, the added card. So I will only score the added card. So this is 2 points. You can also rearrange these words if you want to add it. But if you rearrange a word with a modifier, it goes together. It moves together. So I cannot move this to another card. I cannot move this to another card. I have to move it with the original syllable. So let's say this is a legal word. This is, I can rearrange this like that. Bamatok. So yeah. So that's how you change the word. But you only scored the added card, not the whole word. So that's it. You can create a word or change a word. This is a really bad example right now, but you can see the rule book for a better example. That's it. So at the end of your turn, you score 1 point per remaining card in your hand. So let's say I have this one card left in my hand at the end of my turn. I score 1 point for that, and then I draw 5 cards. But I cannot go more than 5 cards. So I draw 5 cards, and then this, if I have 1 card, right? I draw 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have 6 cards. I can choose which one I don't need, and I can discard that one. Alright? So you still draw 5 cards and then discard down to 5 at the end of your turn. Now, at the end of the game, you score 3 points for every remaining token. Oh, yeah. I forgot to say, to tell you this, but whenever you change a word, you put your token on it. If there's an existing token there, let's say another player changed that. When you change this word, you replace that token, give that back to the other player. That's it. So if you have a remaining token, you score 3 points for every remaining token. You score 1 point for every card on every word with your token on it. So 1 point for every card. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. And then that's it. The player with the most total points wins. Very, very simple. And you have the rule book, the rule sheet to understand that in English and in Tagalog. I had a hard time understanding that the Filipino version, even though I'm Filipino, because it's really deep Tagalog. But yeah, I'm glad that they included the English instruction here. Do keep in mind that there are different setup depending on the number of players. For as you see, all players take their first turns at the same time. So the first turn, all players will make, I think we have to create their own words. And then each player takes their next turn one by one, starting from the first player. If you are more than 2 players, you play 3 rounds. If you are 2 players, you play 4 rounds. That's it. Very easy. This is Talinghaga by Patricia Ramos and Juan Miguel, ala-Tolentino. You can buy this from their website, I think. But I bought this one from Game Detectives. Very cheap, 400 pesos only, including the shipping. So 350 pre-order price. That's it. This is the Board Game Hero. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.